No show prep, no solid plan. Spins a yarn, recants a tale. The esoteric approach won't fail. Tune in, it's time for Common Man. Common Man, Common Man. Charms the housewives like no one can. What'd you shoot? Where'd we play? Non-stop nonsense on deck today. Tune in, it's time for Common Man.
Why should anybody aspire to be a common man, an average man? Do you realize what it means to be average? That means you're the best of the lousiest, and the lousiest of the best. Now, if we demand more and more for producing less and less, while the have-not nations encourage and inspire and indeed require hard work and maximum effort, if we deify the common men while they encourage and reward the uncommon ones, well, the end result of such a lopsided race as that is too obvious to require elaboration.
I mean, it's like, whoa.
Now what do you think? What do you think of that? Oh, that out there we go. He has no chance.
Capriza.
Objects in your mirror may be closer than they appear.
Cam Dantzler, what are you doing? And that's ridiculous.
Let's go.
Hello, 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 hello. Okay, hold on.
I'm going to say something controversial. That's interesting.
Jet lag disadvantage.
I've seen enough out of Cousins, Paul. Put him on ice.
Diseased.
Yes! Take that! That's a bunch of malarkey.
I'm a fraud.
Yes. He's the clown from Brown. He's the fourth in the North. This is the Common Man, Dan Cole.
I'm not tangled up in blue, I'm tangled up in headset cord. I'll fix that during the break. I'm sorry I was almost late. It's new that 9 to noon broke on time. Well, I just expect now not to start until about 12:05, 12:06.
Well, the normal 9 to noon squad wasn't in today.
Oh, they weren't. So
it was Max and Brett Blakemore.
Oh, well, so Max and
That's
Brett
why they were done on time. Yeah,
so they were done right on time. They didn't like go to that last break and then come back from the last break to go to the last segment, and they're already playing the
30 seconds worth of segment.
Yeah, the show close segment. Wow, that's fresh. That's fresh. It's fresh. It's fun. It's new. It's exciting. It's good for them. You know what I'm beginning to think, Tenevie? I'm beginning to think that my parents had my birth certificate wrong. I'm like Rosen. I don't feel 67 years old. Of course, I'm afraid to say that because as soon as Rosen said he was stronger at 75 than he was at 45, he had 2 knee replacements. So
maybe the maladies came.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that, but yeah, I'm feeling good. I don't know why that. Well, I guess I don't know. It seems like I'm I know I'm closer to the beginning of the middle of the end of the end than I am to the closer to the beginning of the middle. You know what I'm saying. But I feel better. So now, you know what I've decided? My favorite part of soccer now is the flopping. I've completely come full circle because I like to see how bad the acting is. Yeah, the art of the flop. It's just so much fun. I can't wait. Deuce played a game. He's playing rec soccer. I tell him, dude, get a yellow card tonight. Get a red card. I said, and if you don't get a card, at least flop, would you?
I
And
always love that one.
He didn't get a red card. He didn't get a yellow card. He didn't flop either. And this is the same kid who, when he was playing at the Vine Street Fields playing flag football, he got sent to the commissioner's office because he got like double secret probation, whatever it is, from the old Animal House thing, because he was overzealous celebrations, right? So, but he didn't get that. But the flopping stuff is, and I understand, I was like everyone else. I was like, well, what is this? Come on. You're not really hurt that bad. But now I've just decided, well, if you can't beat them, join them. And if that's going to be part of World Cup soccer, then I look for the flopping now. And again, the floppings, and it happened again over the weekend. Somebody falls down, they're writhing in pain, and then the ball comes back towards them, and suddenly all of their pain and agony just immediately disappears, and they're back up running with the ball. It's just so amazing how that works.
Well, then I feel bad, too, because occasionally someone will actually get hurt.
Yes.
And as an audience member, you're like, get up, you wimp. Come on, what are you doing? And they're actually writhing in actual pain.
Yeah. Much like Conor McGregor was. I caught wind of I don't watch it. I'm not an MMA guy. Okay, to me, and I know I'm going to make the MMA fans. The MMA fans rose up against me many years ago when MMA first kind of burst onto the scene. I watched it and I said, it's really nothing more than glorified bar fighting. Because it really isn't. They do the old, no, it's mixed martial arts. There's no mixed martial arts. What happens is the two guys are in a cage and they come at each other. One guy pretends to do like a karate kick, then the other guy jumps on top and gets it. Tell me where mixed martial. I've never seen mixed martial. And I watched David Carradine in the TV show Kung Fu back in the 1970s, Grasshopper. And never did David Carradine get on top of a guy and have the guy down on the ground with his shoulders pinned with his knees and he's pounding on his face as hard as he can. That's not mixed martial arts. But anyway, so the McGregor guy's been out forever. He throws one kick, and all of a sudden his knee goes out, and he's got to retire. Mm-hmm. And immediately, what I'm told is everybody's going, what? You were hurt before the match, like in training or something, but you don't want to cancel because then you got to train again, and then you're not going to get paid, right? Paid, spend, use, invest, flaunt. And then he came out with a statement. I have it somewhere. No, I didn't do that. I actually hurt myself during the match. Do you believe it for a minute? Well,
I don't know what to believe anymore with AI and what's real, what's not real on the internet. But I did see a video, allegedly, a couple days taken before the fight of him walking into some sort of building with a limp.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me in any way, shape, or form. It's the old... And, I guess I'm not saying that that's right, but I can understand the thinking. You're going, I've trained for this. I'm injured. If I call the fight off, I don't get paid. And then I got to go back to the training and do it again. Now I can walk into the ring but it's wrong. It's wrong. I'm not saying he did. And if he really didn't do it, then God bless him. If he really was hurt, kicking into... Did he even hit the guy when he kicked? I didn't see the video. Did he hit him or did it just...
I don't even think I think it was just his landing leg.
Okay. So anyway, but anyway, and so then
Should they have something in the contract like, we're going to review your performance after to make sure it was a legit attempt?
Yeah, you would think they would.
At fighting?
Yeah, you would think they would. I think they've done that in boxing.
Or should you be getting a physical beforehand and a physical after? I mean, I don't know how to...
I think in boxing they've withheld a fighter's purse before.
Yeah.
For what's considered taking a dive, just saying, I'm just going to go in there.
The fighters wear purses? I don't get what.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, a purse made out of a silk purse out of a cow's ear. So, and then it's hard not to think after watching. Full disclosure, the two semifinal matches, or were they quarterfinal matches? Are we in the semis now? Now we're down to the semis.
We're down to four. Four.
So it was the quarterfinals. It was Argentina against Switzerland was the nightcap. The early one was England and Norway, right? And I will admit, I'm sorry, man. Soccer puts me to sleep. Well, just like the Common Man program puts people asleep.
You have a different kind of flopping on this show.
Right, exactly.
Sweat.
When I hear, then I wake up, right? But so they want Argentina to win, don't they? Or am I wrong? I mean,
based off the yellow-red card or what?
Yeah. Because there are people that say it was legitimate. There are others that say, well, he was already falling before he was hit. He was already starting to fall. So it was kind of a coincidence that he hit him. And,
well, I thought he didn't get hit.
Or maybe he didn't get hit. I don't know. I
thought he flopped to make it look like he got hit, but he never got touched.
It was, I don't even know what to think. But, and
based on how they had called it previously in the World Cup, it was worthy of a yellow card.
Yeah, I guess, but there's something about the Jimmy Johnson news conference, and there's something about I still thought there was a chance because then it was Switzerland scored, right? It was tied at 1, and then they went into that extra time, but they're down one guy.
Yeah.
Hard enough when you're going 11 on 11. And they were it looked like saying, if we can just get it to a shootout, if we can get a tie through the extra time, and they just weren't able to do it. And Argentina scored. So now I don't know how much, and maybe someone can help me out here. Like when the Minnesota United, is soccer have flopping all the time as much as we see? Because it happens in World Cup. Literally every 2 or 3 minutes, somebody's flopping. Even sometimes more than that. It seems like almost every minute or so, somebody is flopping. And does that happen all the time in soccer? Or is it just because the stakes are so high and so am I? It's in the
I'm sure
air
it happens
tonight.
all the time.
It's a free-for-all. Because to me, it would be...
Well, that's the whole point of them trying to be able to review these and give them yellow cards, is to try to root out some of the flopping.
Doesn't seem like it's working, though. Anyway, well, here's what we'll do. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. We got Peek at the Purple coming your way, and then we got plenty more to get to. Mark Rosen will join us tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Whether he's in studio or not, I'm not sure. He might be on that StreamYard thing, but and then Brian Oak will join us 1:15 on Wednesday. So that's what we got going for you. We'll break. We'll come back. It's 10 to be in common on the Common Man program right here on the Fan.
The Fan and BigDeck.com. Want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Enter the keyword green at KFAN.com now for a shot at winning. That keyword is green. Enter now at KFAN.com.
The Common Man.
I don't mind humor. I don't mind an avant-garde broadcast. I don't even mind a broadcast that...
Bucks is back on KFAN. We have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. It's every hour from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. To enter the keywords and learn more, head to KFAN.com. Bonus Bucks is presented by BigDeck.com.
If you want a teeny deck, go somewhere else. Don't go to BigDeck.com. BigDeck.com. Get your deck on. They built me a great big huge deck, and I absolutely love it. It's that I think it's that like TimberTech stuff that looks like wood, but it's just like it's indestructible. I just love it. It's just it's everything I could ask for. Peek at the Purple, brought to you by our friends at Affordable Electric for all of your electrical needs. If you have summer projects you want to do, maybe you're going to sell your home, so you want to make sure everything is ship shape and up to code, so that when somebody buys the house and then there's an inspection, it's all ready to go. There'll be no red flags. Regardless of whatever your electrical need is, trust the folks I do, and that would be Affordable Electric. Affordable-electric.com is where you would go if you want to get a hold of them online. You can call 612-331-VOLT, 612-331-VOLT, or affordable-electric.com. They are shockingly affordable. A couple of things Viking related. First would be, I don't even know if this is Viking related to a certain extent. It's from Jordan Waconi. He says, Lieber recanted his story about the 2009 Saints game and said he thought they were going to the big game, and maybe that played a part in his pass interference call. Baffles me, a pro athlete didn't know not to celebrate until you win. Never selly early. Shake my head. One day we'll get to the Super Bowl. I did not hear, is this recent? Did Lieber just say this? Like, did he talk about it today on the...
So I listened to a portion of the Power Trip, but I did not listen to... So there was a portion where apparently Lieber on a podcast somewhere was going over the 2009 game. So hockey was bringing back up.
Oh, okay.
And then, they started comparing 09 to 98, and I heard that part of it, but I did not hear the actual audio of Lieber's comments that you're discussing.
I don't see why he means he thought that they were going to the big game and maybe that played a part in his pass interference call. How would that play a part? I don't know.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I know Lieber's been teased incessantly by people that, I've watched it and I don't think it was pass interference.
No.
But, that was the flag. It's sort of like flopping. Even if you believe it or not, that's what they called. But yeah, it was unfortunate. And I've discussed that. I mean, 98 and 09, the two that look for sure. I mean, they both look like it was slam dunk going to the big game. I mean, I know even most people say even, 98 because Anderson hasn't missed a field goal the entire year. He's got one chip shot, basically. That would have put him up 10 with 2 minutes to go or a little over 2 minutes, and he missed. But, I just thought I bought into the Favre mystique, the Favre aura, and I thought when they went on the field over 2 minutes to go, I thought they were going to win the game, and they didn't, but maybe it will be this year. The Athletic did one of their, what kind of radio is list radio tend to be?
Lazy radio.
Who's the king of lazy radio?
The Common Man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And Meat Sauce.
Yeah, well, Meat Sauce and I are battling for it. I was Meat Sauce before he was Meat Sauce, and I'm Meat Sauce. No, he's Meat Sauce because I'm supposed to be somebody else. Why do I look like me? They did a piece entitled, I'm sorry, I forgot the headline already. One breakout player to watch for every NFL team in 2026. One breakout player to watch for. So I immediately, frantic one, scroll down, and it's all it was in alphabetical order, to the Minnesota Vikings, and it said NA not available. They don't even think there's going to be a breakout player. And that's sad. The only team that had an NA. Actually, they say it's Jalen Redmond, defensive tackle. Alec Lewis writes, Redmond played for the Arlington Renegades in the formerly named XFL.
Who?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the club. Is that Arlington? I'm assuming it's Arlington, Texas, but it could be theirs. I'm sure there are other Arlingtons.
Well, I mean, there was an Arlington Raceway near Chicago. Is that in the city of Arlington? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. Arlington Raceway. Underrated racetrack, by the way, to me. It's a really underrated oval. I've always been a Talladega guy, though. The Vikings signed him on a whim. Just kind of like, you know what? Why not? Do you think that's what they did on a whim? They just went, hey, look, what do we got to lose?
Well, judging by Kwesi's other moves, that might have been on a whim.
Yeah, wait. Rim shot, and then...
Kwesi got it right when it came to Jalen Redmond because he's about to break out this season.
Defensive coordinator Brian Flores took to his intensity and commitment almost immediately, and Redmond has shown why in the last couple of seasons. He holds the point of attack against the run. Love guys that can hold...
obviously, yeah.
The point of attack against the run. He wins with quickness in one-on-one pass rush situations. Is that quickness sort of like in basketball? I love in basketball when they say, I was talking to my basketball guy this week and we were talking about high school basketball. He said one of the guys on the team is twitchy. Meaning, they're that twitchy where they can make a guy, I don't know. Can you see what I'm doing? It looks like I'm doing the tire drill in football, where the two tire drill where you run through them. But you're twitchy. You can get your shoulders going and make the guy think you're going left when you're really going right, and vice versa. He wins in one-on-one. He wins with quickness in one-on-one pass situations because the Vikings got rid of defensive not just they let them go. They got rid of them. When you get rid of something, that means I need to rid myself of this. Because the Vikings got rid of veteran defensive tackles Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave, they're relying on Redmond to set the standard for a unit of talented youngsters like Caleb Banks and Dominique Orange. Now, remember, he's Caleb walking boot banks. He's had not one but two broken metatarsals in his foot, and so that's always a bit. I think we're all a bit. I don't know if concerned might be better. I'm not
leery.
panicked. Yeah, leery, concerned. Just you don't know because if it's one of those things that fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. So if you have not, first time, okay, things happen. A second one, then you kind of leaves you scratch your head a little bit. And then citrus, Dominique Orange. From all accounts, they are talented youngsters. Whether that translates into eventually being talented veterans is a whole another story. But the Redmond guy, let's keep our fingers crossed, and that he continues to grow into the position.
And you brought up Redmond's name.
Yeah.
I assumed he was really young, right? Because he's not been with the Purple for too long, just 2 seasons, and only one basically as a starter. I always assumed he was really young, and then when you mentioned that he came from the XFL, I go, oh, I wonder if he's had a longer trek than most. He's 27 years old.
Oh, is he really?
He's 27, so it's not like some 22, 23-year-old that still has a chance to, he's got some growing in terms. You could still get bigger and stronger at that age. I'm not turning that down, but it wouldn't be like your typical young player. We're like, well, look, we think we can get to this point. I'd like to think, well, I wouldn't say I'd like to think, but I am thinking that there might not be as much growth from Redmond as we think is there just because he's 27.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's sometimes old dog, new tricks, that whole thing. Not to put you on the spot, but do we have when does training camp officially begin? It's got to be within the next couple of weeks for sure, right? If not sooner. Because I think it's generally like mid to late July, and here we are. What's today? It's today
It's the 13th, 14th.
Yeah, 13th, 14th today. So I got to think it's starting pretty quick. And I don't know if Chad Abbott is...
It's like Saturday, August 1st is the first day.
Oh, still 2 weeks to go. Okay. This is my favorite part of the summers when Chad Abbott puts the schedule together for when we're going to be out there. It's sort of like, for me, it's like NFL schedule release. Everybody just gets really excited about NFL schedule release. I get excited for Viking training camp show release, day release. Oh, boy. Right? Because we generally do, I think we've done as many as 6, 7.
Handfuls,
6, 7 for sure. I know that last year I had to bail on one. I don't remember what.
Well, you bailed on the joint practices we'd covered.
Yeah, what was I doing? Oh, I think I had to take baby brother Peter to Ohio State or something. It was something kids. It was friends. No.
Father before frequency.
Hold on. Let me run that back. Faith, family/father, fairways, finances, and then frequency. Kind of in that order. So, but we will be there.
Do you have anything below frequency?
I don't know.
Or is this?
I don't think.
This is what you put the least thought into.
This is what I
and care into.
Yeah, this is kind of sad too. So anyway, there we go. Peek at the Purple, brought to you by our pals at Affordable Electric for all of your electrical needs. It's affordable-electric.com. Remember that website. It's pretty simple. Affordable-electric.com. Short break. Back with more of the Common Man program here on the Fan.
The Common Man.
Want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program? Make your voice heard on the Bradshaw and Brian text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
Couple 13-14 pastime common. He's 10 and B here until 3. Then it's Big Ticket and JG. 534 at the top of the hour. There are a number of ways to communicate with us here at the Fan. There's the old-fashioned telephone, don't bother, we don't answer it. Did I hear, Tenneby, you know what I heard, by the way? Does our hotline even work?
As far as I know. I've heard differently.
I'm told it doesn't work. We've had several guests for T Degree and call the hotline number, and it doesn't work.
Huh? Are you giving them right hotline number?
Yeah, of course. It hasn't changed. It's the same number it's been forever. And Blake Moore told me it doesn't work.
Well, I'll call it right now.
And it's like, why don't you call it and see if it works? And I'm thinking to myself.
I just called, line 7.
You want me to try to call it? Or are you calling it?
I'm calling it right now. It's like,
is it ringing?
Yeah, can you see it on line 7?
No, I don't see it ringing.
Oh, it's ringing on my side.
Oh.
You might just need to have your screen updated.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it doesn't always work. I know that. Because this has been 2 or 3 weeks in a row where our guest has called, and then we've tracked them down, and we have to apologize. I said, yeah, I tried to call, but nothing. Unless Blake goes asleep at the switch. And he claims he's not.
Well, the one you call out on might be different than the one you call in on.
Oh.
So that might be a thing, because I just called line 7. Line 10 would be the one you'd call out.
Oh. Well, we have them call us. We give them the number. That's what we do. The Minnesota Golf Association has our number. And every time they have a guest, we give them the number they're supposed to call. And it hasn't worked. I'm thinking to myself, what if LeBron James called up on Saturday during Tee to Green, and he wanted to say, hey, I'm bringing my talents to the beach in Minnetonka.
So I'm calling line 10. Line 10's not working.
Yeah.
So we got to give him a different hotline number.
Okay. But why isn't...
Because we have like 4 hotline numbers.
Right, but why isn't line 10 not working?
Well...
What if LeBron had the number for line 10?
Has anyone notified the engineers on this?
Well, I think... what good does... Didn't we notify the higher-ups about the echo? What did they say to that? You both have empty heads. That's sound that's reverb in your head. I don't even have a hotline number.
I will contact the engineers because I'm the only one who ever does it here.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So anyway, so don't even try to call us because we won't answer. Then there's email, booth@kfan.com. I should get back to that. Abbott keeps encouraging me to do talkbacks. Maybe I should start paying closer to the attention to the talkbacks because it's nice to include the listeners. And talkback's the very best way to do it. So maybe we'll start doing that again. And then there's the Bradshaw and Bryant KFAN text line, 64686. And this one says, Favre follow-up. I was talking about Favre got caught up in the aura. He says, 98 Super Bowl loss to Elway for no reason, follows that up with an 8-8 season, throws 6 picks against the greatest show on turf, lets Mike Vick silence Lambeau Field. His last pass as a Packer was OT NFC Championship game with a wide-open guy on the other side of the field, throws a pick to a guy who was triple covered. He was great, but he was also awful. Yeah, and by the way, that was sent from somebody who was he calls himself a Packer season ticket holder and an owner. He likes to go with the owner thing.
I always love that one.
I understand that. He was, yeah, you have to take the good and the bad with him. We saw it when he threw across his body against the Saints. He had Bernard Berrien wide open. Just had to do a little flip pass to Berrien, and the game would have been over. We would have won. But, yeah, I did get caught up in it for sure, and he did. He broke Vikings fans' hearts just like he did for the Packers, and just like Aaron Rodgers did over and over again in postseason play for the Packers, save for that 1 year in 2010. Here's another Teneby that says, we mentioned that Gary Anderson missed the field goal, right? It says Bartman is the scapegoat for the Cubs, even though they gave up 4 to 5 runs that inning. Is Anderson the scapegoat because the D failed on the next possession? That doesn't get brought up probably often enough. Anderson misses the field goal, right? But the Vikings defense then gave up the tying touchdown. If the defense had rose to the occasion and stopped Atlanta, guess what? We win the game and we go to the big game. So
there was lots of blame to go around in that game.
Exactly. That's the point. Is that I tend to forget it myself. Anytime if you tell me about the Vikings, why did they lose the game? Anderson missed a field goal. That was an important part of it, certainly. But as the emailer or the text messenger points out, if the Vikings defense stops Atlanta on the next drive, well, then we don't have the missed field goal would have been a mute point.
Then even after the touchdown drive, if we don't take a knee.
Yeah, right.
And the reason we took a knee is because at the end of the first half, we recklessly, when we were up 13 points, decided to try to get more.
Exactly.
And that's when we should have taken the knee. And then because we didn't take the knee, then we took the knee at the end of them when we shouldn't have taken the knee.
Exactly. So there, like you say, there's plenty of blame to go around. Are you familiar with Axios? Tenemy, is that how you say it? It's a news.
It's a website,
right?
It's
a website that does news, and it pops up every once in a while. And Eric Eskel of the Scarf, legendary newsman for WCCO Radio all those years ago, does Almanac on Channel 2. He helps me with show prep often, and he sent me a piece from Axios that says, one big thing, Target Center's future if the Wolves leave. Because I think the new owners, I don't even know if they're new anymore now. I mean, how long have they owned the team? A year now? Maybe even longer?
Well, depends if you count the 2-year dispute.
Yeah, right. Alex Rodriguez and Mark Laurie. And the story says, as the Timberwolves Lynx search for a new home, the debate will soon heat up over what to do with the Target Center and its $53.5 million debt balance. Says this is a big and important piece of downtown real estate, and what to do with it should have developers, elected officials, and urbanists dreaming. Will also become a key piece in the negotiation between the city of Minneapolis and team owners if they work out a deal for a new downtown arena. Some of the questions readers have asked about the 36-year-old arena: what could you do with Target Center after the teams leave? It sits on 3.5 acres of land. It would cost millions to demolish, but would open up a huge chunk of land for development. If Mayor Jacob Fry succeeds in persuading the Wolves to build on the nearby city center site, the old arena site could become a sports and entertainment district connecting Target Field to Mayo Clinic Square and new arena. Think open space, hotels, restaurants, and apartments. As team owners Mark Laurie and Alex Rodriguez have said they want as part of a new arena district. Now, I don't know if that means they also want to, you know, like with the Wilfs, one of the things that was important to them over there when they built the new TCO Performance Center, there's a hotel there, there's shops there. I mean, that's, you know, the Wilfs were real estate people. Mm-hmm. I don't recall, I don't think Laurie was a real estate person. Of course, it doesn't.
Well, he wanted to build his own city.
Right, well, he did want, that's right, he did want to build his own city, I think on Mars, wasn't it? So I don't know if they want a piece of that as well. Here's what it says, too. A few real estate sources tell Axios that officials should consider what Memphis did when the Grizzlies left the Memphis Pyramid in 2005. Instead of tearing it down, it redeveloped with the help from $105 million in city subsidies. Developers made it into a massive Bass Pro Shops store with a gigantic aquarium, a bowling alley, and a shooting range. Sounds like fun. Restaurants and a hotel, which has rooms on the former suite level overlooking the store. In its first year, 2016, more than 3 million people visited, and the outdoor retailer did $56 million in sales. It's astonishing. Now, here's another question that was asked. What's wrong with Target Center? Why do we need to replace it? I didn't part of it I did. It says, from a typical fan's perspective, Target Center is fine. But the arena, the second oldest in the NBA, has quirks that have frustrated team officials hoping to maximize revenues. Its small footprint doesn't allow for many clubs and lounges as the modern arenas, right? You have to have clubs, you have to have lounges. And then it says it was built upside down with more upper level seats than lower level seats. And I didn't realize that. I didn't know that's the way that was constructed. Leave it to us to do an upside down stadium. And then, of course, there's also should the city become involved and help build it and this, that, and the other thing. But I suppose the city center site is the one that most people are pointing to, and because it's pretty difficult to, like they say, to demolish Target Center and then build. Well, then the team has to play somewhere else for a while, right? I mean, where would they play?
XL.
Yeah, I guess
Grand Casino Arena, I should say.
I guess they would go to Grand Casino, but that's not a perfect world. Of course they can play there, but you don't want to do it because then you have to make sure the scheduling doesn't conflict with Wild games and with concerts and such like that. So that's why I guess in a perfect world you continue to play at Target Center while a new arena is being built.
Sure.
Because I've got to think. I don't know how long it takes to build. How long was the project for like U.S. Bank Stadium? I mean, that took a number of years, I think, didn't it? I don't think they can just put those up in like 6 months. Like, here you go, off season, and we'll be ready to go the following season. I would think an arena would be different than a huge football stadium, but nonetheless. This text message says, regarding replacing Target Center, don't you think parking ramps play a role in location? Target Center needs to be replaced, but from the parking's perspective, it's pretty convenient. Be nice to build to the same location. Well, isn't City Center basically across the street? Right? Isn't that where City Center is located? City Center's off of, I think, 6th or 7th and Hennepin. So, yeah, the parking ramps would probably be a block further, but it would be right by the stadium. Absolutely. That's why I think they would want to build there. I think that's where City Center is. Here's one that says, instead of demolishing the Target Center, maybe the Power Trip can just do their show from there for people who want to watch the Power Trip. That makes sense. They get some awfully big crowds for that, Tennessee. This one says, wouldn't they have to tear down the City Center building? It's a 51-story building. It's not 51 stories, is it really? Do I not know Minneapolis is we're not talking, City Center is not the IDS Center, is it?
No.
Yeah, so then what is he talking? Because, no, that's insane. This one says, how about KFAN the stadium? Well, we did the restaurant. It says, how about KFAN the stadium? Hotel rooms for people who want to watch the Power Trip. Somebody else suggests, he says, this one says that the Wolves have to move temporarily to Grand Casino Arena. Will Rosen be able to find his way there to sit in the front row? That's another question that I don't know.
I always love that one.
He's never been to St. Paul. He likes to say he's been to Lower Town. I go to Lower Town all the time, he says. Another suggests building the stadium in Arden Hills where the Vikings were supposed to go. Look, that's still, I don't say it's a sore spot with me, but that's where, we don't need to relive that, but I think football is made for tailgating. Just seems like it is. Because you're not going to tailgate before a Wild game or, there's 41 of them. They're an event. The football game, you have what, 7 or 8 regular season games at home now. And, sometimes you don't get the 8th home game or the same because you're playing overseas. But I always thought that tailgating is half the fun of going to a football game.
Well, given they still haven't developed that land in any way, shape, or form, maybe we made the right decision.
Yeah, that's true.
Not going there.
Yeah. This one says City Center's 32 stories. That dude is dumb. I didn't even know City Center was 32 stories. I don't go to Minneapolis much anymore. Last time I was in downtown Minneapolis, it was called Dayton's. That's how long it's been. And since then it's been Marshall Fields, and then it's been Macy's. It's changed names, and that's the last time I was. The last time I was in downtown Minneapolis, the Fauché Tower was the biggest building. So I guess I don't know downtown. I thought City Center was just. Are you looking at City Center? Well,
I'm doing the AI overview, which is very dangerous.
Okay.
So City Center in downtown Minneapolis is a 51-story office and retail complex. The building has 3 to 4 stories of retail space that connects the city's skyway system, while the hotel portion of the complex, which is Minneapolis Marriott City Center, spans 32 floors. So I think there's different levels. The entire square footage of it, is not just one building.
Okay.
It's multiple different types of buildings.
Yeah, it says it's known for its 51-story tower, Skyway accent, and prime. It's like, I thought City Center was just like where the Wolves had the practice facility, and they had a couple of restaurants. Is what I thought. I guess I've been out to lunch a bit too often. I just know the rich will get richer in one way, shape, or form. Whatever decision is made on where they will play, and who will pay for it, the rich will get richer. That's all I know. That's kind of how the world works, but that's all right too. So yeah, I do believe that they'll build. Rosen was thinking, was he saying he keeps talking about the farmers market area. Farmers market, which would seem that would seem like it would be the path of least resistance, because isn't the farmer? Now I know the farmers market, I know that's just a big parking lot where people put up sell their produce. So that seems like it would be pretty easy to get started.
I haven't been there in a while. I got to get back there.
Yeah, why not?
It's a nice time.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. Tenneby's got 5-3-4 for us at the top of the hour. Brought to you by our friends at Willow River Company. Tenneby, what you got for a tease, please?
As of right now, your Minnesota Twins are currently in the playoffs.
The Common Man.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's really good. He is a high-quality entertainer that's